And the libero, 5'7" senior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, number 15, Kaya Caprini. Head coach of the Statesman, Warren Eldridge. Assisted by Chandler Hall, Wallace Young, Brian Guzman, and Manadia Ibrahim.
And welcome in to Central Methodist Volleyball here from Puckett Fieldhouse. I'm Austin Thomas, and the Eagles getting ready to take on the William Penn Statesmen. These two Heart of America Athletic Conference opponents are taking on each other here in Fayette. One of the home matchups for the Eagles as they look to get back on the right track after dropping their last match. And currently starting lineups being announced here. Let's go ahead and take a look through them. First off, of course, with those Central Methodist Eagles. The lineup for the Eagles, they're going to be starting with Summer Hake, the 5'10" junior from Jefferson City, a middle hitter. They're also going to be sending out Luciano Arauzu, the 5'11" junior outside hitter from Pedro Leopoldo, Brazil. Along with that, Lauren Farish starting for the Eagles, 5'8" senior from Springfield, Missouri, an outside hitter for Central Methodist. Continuing on, Joanna Milho, the outside hitter who stands 5'10", a senior from Lisboa, Portugal. Along with that, the 5'10" senior Haley Dreyer, a middle hitter from Burbank, Washington. And Ramsey Spinks, the 5'6" freshman setter from Scott City, Missouri, closes out the starting lineup for the Eagles. And on the other side, in case you didn't catch it, William Penn sending out Maju Vieira along with Kiani Jackson. Alex Robinson is not starting. Sorry, it's Haley Peshik who's starting, along with Emily Bajorquez McFadden, Jocelyn Martinez, Mia Brady, and Kaya Caprini. That's a look at the starting lineups for these two teams as they break into their respective huddles, getting ready for the first serve of the match. Mentioned that Central Methodist is coming off of a loss in this one, and they're going to be looking to get on the right track. That loss, their first conference game of the season, and they ended up dropping it 3-0 against Grandview here in Fayette. The first set really did not go the Eagles' way. The next two were a little bit closer, but still not enough to be able to salvage one of them. On the other side, William Penn, they're coming off of a game at Missouri Valley where they got a big 3-2 victory over Missouri Valley, and currently sitting at 3-0 in conference play right now. William Penn red hot, looking to continue that on the road here against Central Methodist. Getting ready for the first serve of the match, and these two teams getting hyped up, ready to go. Mentioned it earlier about the recent streak, but Central Methodist, even though they dropped their last match, they've been really good this season. They sit at 8-3 overall. So prior to that loss, they were sitting at 8-2. They're hoping to continue that stretch and continue picking up wins this year. On the other side, William Penn sits at 13-5 on this season, and some of their biggest wins came against, of course, Missouri Valley, but also against Columbia. They won 3-1, similarly to the way that Central Methodist beat Columbia 3-1. Columbia was a team that received votes in the most recent top 25, so a team that certainly is no joke, and these two teams getting ready to go. Serve is on the way, and we have begun at 12:07 p.m. here from Central Missouri. Central Methodist getting ahead early, and now they're going to have plenty of time to set up an attack. Short hit, but not able to find open court, and trying to save it. It's going to go all the way out the back. A great kill to start things off from William Penn. They go up 1-0 in the first set. Now getting ready to serve again. The Statesman trying to pull an early lead, but a attack on the left side. It stays in, point for Central Methodist. Another great kill as they will make a couple of substitutions here. You're seeing a lot of slow attacks trying to set up the offense. First serve of the match for Central Methodist. William Penn barely able to keep that alive. Just tapping it over the net, but goes out of play, and point to Central Methodist. Able to fight back and take the lead 2-1. Another serve on the way from Bostic Jones, and William Penn. Oh, a nice diving play at the ground from Emilio, and another attack ends with a Central Methodist point. Make it 3-1 on the scoreboard. And the Eagles, after dropping that first point of the match, have gone on a 3-0 run. Long serve goes out the back, and the first service error of the afternoon. Cuts it back to a 1-point set. Seen some pretty good serves from Mariah Bostic Jones, the sophomore setter for the Eagles. Now gets it back, and a serve on the right side. The attack attempt misses low. Martina Gonzato on the attempt, hit it into the net. Knots this game 3-3. And Gonzato, certainly an aggressive player, averaging over 2 kills a set. Service error for William Penn as that goes out the back. And you're certainly watching the serving matchup between these two teams. It's been one of William Penn's strong suits this year. Central Methodist hoping to get back on the right track, and a service error as that one goes long. Back-to-back service errors between these two teams. Joanna Emilio on the serve. Again, a couple of substitutions as William Penn gets ready to serve. Tied 4-4 in set number 1. Serve goes to the back of the court. Now on the right side, blocked at the net. Central Methodist keeps it alive, and just a short hit. Going to be an attack attempt from William Penn, and not able to keep it alive. A miss hit from Sydney Bolenbach, who tried to get there, but a little bit of miscommunication between her and her teammate. They both were kind of in the same area. A little bit of a collision, and the ball goes long. 5-4 William Penn leads. Statesmen trailed 3-1, but have since, after that one goes long, gone on a 5-1 run. Central Methodist making a few too many errors right now, resulting in points for William Penn. Serve on the way from Gustafson. Attack attempt to the back edge, and it stays in. Lauren Farish on the hit. 5'8" senior from Springfield. Showing off the ability right there. Not someone who gets too many kills. Just half a kill per set, but, well, there's one in the first set of this match. Blocked at the net. Central Methodist trying to keep it alive, but violation called. It's a dead ball, and the point goes to Central Methodist. Way to get momentum back in the Eagles' favor. Tied 6-6 in set number 1. Back and forth so far. Early on and at the net. A great hit. Going over the top. Summer Hake reaches up, uses her height to her advantage, and finds a spot where no Statesman was standing. And a diving play by the defensive specialist. Central Methodist able to avoid a point for a little while, but not for long. William Penn able to get the point back. Tied 7-7 now. Multiple substitutions on the Statesman side. Taking the serve now for William Penn, Courtney McWilliams, freshman setter. First bit of action for her, and a real attempt here, blocked at the net, going to the ground, stays alive. Central Methodist has a chance for the counter, and once again, just keeping the ball in the air. William Penn unable to get that point just yet. Central Methodist, incredible defense in this point, and they stay alive again, trying to keep it at the net, going over the top. The point goes to William Penn. Serve remains for McWilliams. 8-7, the lead for the Statesmen. Central Methodist an opportunity. They go to the long side, and a point goes towards Central Methodist. Tied back at 8-8. Continues to be back and forth between these two teams, as you might have expected heading into this matchup. William Penn, not a team that received votes in the most recent top 25. Central Methodist, however, did, but it's been about 10 days since that last poll was released. Serve to the back, and William Penn trying to keep some momentum in their favor. You got to get momentum when you're on the road like this. And the Eagles get the point. Another great kill, as that goes to the right side of the court. 9-8, the lead for the Eagles. Araujo on the kill, and a little far back. A couple of mishits and not able to send it back over the net. Now 10-8. CMU on a 3-point run here, behind a couple of serves from Ramsey Spinks. A starting freshman for the Central Methodist team. Been a big piece to their squad, and another error at the net by William Penn makes it a 4-point run for Central Methodist. This is the type of momentum that you need to get in a back and forth set so far, especially trying to get right after dropping all 3 sets against Grandview last time out. You'd love to get set number 1. Long attack attempt, but not going to find the back edge of the court. A little long, and the 4-point run is ended by the Statesmen. Serving for William Penn, Emily Bajorquez McFadden. Gets it to the backside. Bolenbach there. Over the net, back corner of the zone, and finds open court. Araaju. The kill on that makes it 12-9 Eagles. Central Methodist trying to keep the momentum in their favor. Lauren Farish, the serve. Farish a little bit long on that, and Farish trying to get back on track. Last match against Grandview didn't go her way. No kills on 5 attacks, and an error for her as well. That service error not going to help the momentum, but she'll have more attempts throughout the rest of the match here. Blocked at the net, and the attack attempt from Joanna Emilio does not go. A great point for William Penn. Back-to-back has this to a 1-point set. Now the defensive specialist, Kaya Caprini, serves, and a good one at that. Central Methodist not getting there, an ace for Caprini. The 5'7" senior from Minneapolis, Minnesota. She has played in every set this season for William Penn. Has not missed a single set. 12-12 the score in set number 1, and William Penn an opportunity. A long diving play by Central Methodist. They just have to get the ball over the net, however. Not much to set up an attack. Trying to keep the ball alive right at the net, going down, and a violation at the net. They are going to give the point to Central Methodist. (13-12), and after having led by 3 points, William Penn got those 3 in a row right back. While it seemed like Central Methodist may be able to pull away, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. About halfway there, 13-12, and the Eagles send the serve to the backside of the court, and a hit goes long. An attack error on William Penn, back-to-back points for Central Methodist. And the Eagles, prior to that loss against Grandview, they had won 5 straight matches, including that one against Columbia College, which I had mentioned earlier. And a block at the net, but doesn't stay in bounds. Kill for William Penn, and back to a 1-point set. It's worth noting in those 5 matches in a row that that Central Methodist had won, 4 of them were not sweeps. Only the first of those 5 matches against Tabor was a 3-0 win. The Eagles trying to, at the very least, take set 1 here, but William Penn showing strong on the attack, able to knot it back 14-14. Jocelyn Martinez on the kill. Now the serve from Brady. Back corner and not able to stay alive. Another ace. Mia Brady on that one. And I mentioned it earlier, the serving, certainly a point of emphasis for William Penn. They average 1.8 aces per set. 2 errors per set. But they're aggressive with those serves. William Penn trying to keep this alive. A long hit. Not a great one from Central Methodist, but a reception error from William Penn. Not expecting it to go over the net. I don't think Central Methodist was either, but it results in a point for the Eagles. Now tied 15-15. At 15-14, that was the first lead that William Penn had since 8-7. They'll try and take the lead again. Farish now back at the net. Melio not able to get the kill, and net play not able to keep it alive for the Eagles off of the hands of Haley Dreyer. Falls out of play, and once again a 1-point lead for the Statesmen. Long serve to the back part of the court, and a tip right at the top of the net. A great spot by Dreyer. Able to get right on that play, and it's like they're going to say that she hit the net on the play. Referees say otherwise. Dreyer not happy about the call. And having a discussion with the referee, Dreyer had hit it right at the top of the peak. And so the officials will discuss the call to make sure that they have this right. Haley Dreyer had gone up and tried to spot that one. Initially, the point was given to William Penn to make it 17-15. However, Dreyer claims, hey, that was a legal hit, went to the ground, and they'll talk this over. Currently, the scoreboard says 16-15, the William Penn lead, and this is a big point getting later in set number 1. And what's been a back and forth set so far. Haley Dreyer, the 5'10 middle hitter from Burbank, Washington, a transfer from Edmonds College. Last match, back against Grandview, she had 4 kills on 8 attacks, 375 hitting percentage. It was a good match for her, and even though she only had a few attacks, Dreyer, someone who averages about 1.8 kills per set. She has the best hitting percentage on the Eagles, 328 hitting percentage. Also adds about half a block, just over half a block per set. Officials' discussion is now over, and relaying the information to Central Methodist coach Coleman Lee, who's in his 7th season as head coach for CMU volleyball. Actually started his coaching career as an assistant with Central Methodist back in 2017. Lee has been in charge of 6 straight NAIA National Tournament appearances, trying to make it 7 this year. Last year, Central Methodist ended up losing in the opening round of the NAIA National Championship. But making it regardless is impressive. Obviously, Central Methodist has high expectations for their volleyball team. That's in large part thanks to the man at the helm, Coleman Lee. Last season, a 26-8 record. They went 14-3 in conference play. And already having 1 loss in conference play, can't afford 2 losses if you're trying to match what you did last season. Not only match what you did, you're trying to take a step up from last year. And the 2 teams trying to stay in the game while the officials discuss the decision with the coaching staffs. A long pause here. Just wanting to make sure that they have the right call on the court. And William Penn, they're really in need of this victory as well. Maybe not as much as Central Methodist. Having started 3-0 in conference play, William Penn in a good position. But they've still got a tough schedule ahead of them. A couple of teams coming up on their schedule. They'll face Mountain Mercy on Tuesday. They'll face William Woods next Friday. And Missouri Baptist the very next day on Saturday. That's the upcoming 3 games for William Penn. And for Central Methodist, their next 3 also includes Missouri Baptist, but it's the very next game for the Eagles. They'll head to St. Louis to take on Missouri Baptist. And after all that discussion, they will say it's point CMU. So 16-16 the score in set number 1. And the serve now to the Eagles. Joanna Mulo, the serve. Emilio sends it to the back. Key opportunity for William Penn, and it hits the court. A kill at the net. A 1-point lead for the Statesmen. And immediately getting that point back. We'll try and take the 2-point lead once more. Serve goes long and past the back line. Maddie Gustafson unable to locate the serve, a service error. Another one. You've seen a few service errors from William Penn today. Mentioned that obviously they've got the ability to create some key serves, but they can also miss them here and there. Pass to the outside, and that one goes long. Back-to-back errors of different kinds from William Penn. 1 point lead for the Eagles. Been a while since they'd had the lead here. Central Methodist still looking for that first ace of the match, and a great dig, but miscommunication at the net. Bolenbach was there, put the hands to the ground, and was able to bat it perfectly toward the net, but it was right between Bostic Jones and Summer Hake. Neither of them were able to come to an agreement on whose ball it was, and instead it drops to the wood. 18-18. A close set number one. William Penn gets the serve. Low hit on the reception, and now the Statesmen an opportunity. Central Methodist able to keep it alive. Hit high and blocked at the net. Great reaction time from Gonzato, and over and into the court. A great hit by Lauren Farish takes the lead back in favor for the Eagles. 19-18. Getting down to clutch time in set number one. The hit goes to the back end of the court, and a little bit of a long hit. Great reception by Bolenbach. Now sends it to the backside. Not able to find the right side of the court. Out of play, and an attacking error on Central Methodist ties it back 19-19. Abigail Mitchell now on the serve for William Penn. High hit over the net. Plenty of William Penn players were there, and a long hit goes the opposite side of the court. A kill for Maju Vieira. Gets the lead back in favor of the Statesmen. 20-19. Second serve for Mitchell. Hit in the air by Farish. Now at the net. Arau not able to get it over. Trying to get it over the front line. Able to do so, but it allows William Penn to set up for the kill. Beautiful hit by Jackson. And a timeout called by Central Methodist with a 2-point deficit, 21-19. A key spot in the match here. Obviously, you feel the need to take set number one. Get yourself some momentum, able to play a little more freely in future sets. And with the way it's been back and forth between these two teams, you really feel like you're dropping one no matter who ends up losing this. So for Central Methodist right now, they want this timeout to make sure that they're sending out their best for these final few points. Set number one. Final few, who knows? This one could be going a little bit longer. William Penn, their last match that they had back against Missouri Valley, I tell you what, that was quite the match between the two of them. They had 3 of the 5 sets finish as just 2-point sets. Set number one in that match for William Penn, it was 26-24. William Penn actually trailed 2 sets to none against Missouri Valley on the road. Came back and won the last 3 sets to go out on top for their 3rd conference win of the season. Now ready to go for set number one, 21-19. A lofted serve all the way to the back edge of the court. William Penn, again, some aggressive play at the net. Central Methodist just has to get it over the top. Opposite hit, does not find the court. out of bounds. Alex Robinson on the attack attempt. Back to a 1-point set. 21-20. Central Methodist playing from behind. And the serve from Farish, very central. Trying to go short to the opposite side, and Central Methodist had used up all their hits, so they just had to get it over the top. William Penn an opportunity, and a great kill once again. William Penn's Maju Vieira. However, they will overturn that after a violation on the play, and Central Methodist gets the point back. 21-21. Another opportunity on the serve for Farish, and there's the ace. First service ace of the match for Central Methodist, and a 3-point run following Central Methodist's timeout leads to a William Penn timeout. They got to slow things down and make sure that they're in the right mental mindset, as the Eagles have taken a 1-point lead here late in set number 1. 22-21, and you look at these two teams right now, and it's been back and forth between these squads. Central Methodist, having been ranked in the top 25 at the start of the season, of course, they dropped that season opener against Stevens College, and since then have been working to get back up. The loss against Grandview not going to help their case. However, Grandview, a team that also was receiving votes in the most recent top 25, another team that's been very strong this year, and the real disappointment from that match is not the loss, it's the way that Central Methodist lost, and that's the reason they feel they need to get back on track here. Losing 3-0, including one of those sets, 25-11. Their 22 points in set number 1 here is more, or matches the most points that they scored in a set against Grandview. Long serve to the back part of the court, now at the net. Blocked, but it stays alive. Trying to go for the long hit. Another block at the net. Able to stay alive for Central Methodist, and the kill. 23-21. Milieu with the kill, and Central Methodist needs just 2 more to claim the first set. Hit on the outside, blocked at the net, and it goes in. Make it 5 straight points for the Eagles to take a 3-point lead in set number 1. 24-21, and another timeout for William Penn. And with that, we're going to go ahead and step aside real quick. We'll be back in about a minute with the final points of set number 1. And with the timeout just about over with, we welcome you back into Central Methodist Eagles Volleyball as they take on the William Penn Statesmen. 24-21. Score here in set number 1, and set point as Lauren Farish has been the server for 4 consecutive points. This is serve number 5. 5 in a row. Central Methodist trying to make it 6 to claim the first set. Back on the outside, going to be a long hit for William Penn. Clips off the top of the net. Able to go over, long hit. And once again, William Penn will have an attempt. And at the net, the call is going to go Central Methodist's way. They claim set number 1 on the net violation, and a 25-21 final score for the first set of the match. Central Methodist able to get back on the right track, and with that, we will once again step aside, be back in about 2.5, 3 minutes here as Central Methodist will look to take a 2-0 lead coming up next here from Fayette.
To the 45, cuts across midfield, up the right sideline, stumbles, breaks the tackle, he's to the 20, to the 10, he is taking it into the end zone for a touchdown. Still caught down the line, and it's in a line drive right down the line. Running catch by Jolly. Finds Henry, turns, shoots, hits it from the corner, the fading three. Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions.
Back in at Puckett Fieldhouse as Central Methodist has claimed a 1-0 lead over the William Penn Statesmen, taking set number 1, 25-21. Trying to make it 2 straight sets. They'll have the opportunity here, and sending out their lineup. Both of these teams hoping to keep the successes of set number 1 rolling. Central Methodist won the last 6 straight points in set number 1. But William Penn, prior to that point, they had led 21-19. And so something was working right for the Statesmen, but Central Methodist able to adjust, able to get things rolling their way. And they're going to hope to keep that momentum in their favor. Mariah Bostic-Jones leading things off. First serve of set number 2 underway. And a big hit at the net, tools it off of the defending player at the net for Central Methodist. Kendra Collier had tried hopping up for that one, but unable to keep it in play. And the kill once again to Alex Robinson. Serve from the Statesman to the backside of the court, and this time it's going to be Collier who comes up with the point. Collier the kill, her first of the afternoon. Was not able to get a kill in last match against Grandview, but gets one today, and a delayed hit at the net, and on the ground, a player for Central Methodist. They have to slow things down, as looks like that's Collier, who ended up on the floor and slow to get back up as there was contact during the play. Whistles blew it dead, and Collier will walk slowly off the court. Has to be helped off by her coach and the athletic trainer. Hopefully she will be all right, but they will check in with her and continue play of the set. 1-1, no point. They will replay. So the serve for Central Methodist. Trying to get the hit here, and at the net, they will say it's a violation, and William Penn gets the point. 2-1, the Statesmen take the lead, and you can expect them to stay in this set, stay in this match, all the way up to the very end. Able to get the momentum back in their favor after Central Methodist had worked so many points, and the hit goes long. 3-1 the lead for William Penn now. Trying to keep the momentum in their favor. Hits off the top of the net, but goes over. Stays in place. Central Methodist resetting. William Penn an opportunity. Once again, tooled off the blocker for Central Methodist. A kill for Haley Peshik, the right side hitting sophomore. From New Hampton, Iowa. 4-1 William Penn. Continuing to roll with the points. Trying to make it 4 straight. Hit once again, stays alive. Diving to the ground, out of play, gets it back. Central Methodist stays alive. Opportunity, backside, doesn't get it. Long rally here, several blocks at the net, and finally William Penn able to have it go their way. They were a wall at midcourt, did not allow the ball to go over, and it's 5-1 Statesmen. 4 straight points for William Penn after set 2 was tied 1-1 to start it off. Long serve, not handled perfectly, but getting it back. William Penn trying to set it up. And again, a counter for Central Methodist, and this one lands. Martina Gonzato with the kill. A junior from Vicenza, Italy. A transfer from Polk State College. Making her name heard. Averages just over 2.2 kills per set. William Penn trying to regain the momentum, but diving to the floor, not able to save it. Back-to-back points for Central Methodist after allowing 4 straight from William Penn. That point, a kill from Inyesh Paredes. Now backside, and the hit just able to stay in, but didn't matter. It was tipped at the net. Point goes to William Penn. 6-3 now the score. William Penn able to stop the short streak of points that Central Methodist had. Haley Peshik has been a key part to this team so far for William Penn. Statesmen trying to set something up, and going with the short lofted attempt. Now a spike attempt at the net, but misses short, not able to get it over the top, and an attacking error on Central Methodist makes it now a 4-point lead once again for the Statesmen. Able to build it right back up to where they want. Long hit. And a short hit at the net goes over and drops once again. Martina Gonzato getting it where she wants. Gonzato's fourth kill of the afternoon. She now leads the team with 4. On the other side, Haley Peshik, 4 kills. Those are the 2 leaders for these teams. Serve comes and immediately point given to William Penn. And the officials discussing the call with the scorers table now. Would be 8-4. The whistle was blown as soon as the serve came. And William Penn will make some substitutions now. 8-4. Back to a 4-point Statesman lead. Taking the serve now, Courtney McWilliams. A couple of freshmen on this William Penn team making an impact, including McWilliams. Goes to the backside of the court. Now long hit from Arauhu. Central Methodist able to keep it alive. Just have to get it over the top though. William Penn, another attack attempt. Not able to find open court. Going to the back. A long rally here between the 2 squads. And the attack does not find the court. Just out of play, and point once again goes to William Penn. They continue to rack them up. Now up 5 on Central Methodist. 9-4 in set number 2. The Eagles took set number 1 in a back and forth affair all the way up until the very end. They won it 25-21, scoring those final 6 points, and now trying to find the confidence that they had there and able to do so with a good hit. Stops what was yet another run from William Penn. Long hit coming and at the net. Batted around a couple times. Still looking for the strong hit. Was able to get it, but William Penn able to keep it alive. Another strong hit, and this time it's going to fall. Summer Hake gets the kill. Makes it 9-6. Back to a 3-point set. Long serve here. And a diving play from Bolenbach. Bolenbach again on the reception, trying to set it up. And the hit goes to the back, and a beautiful hit as it goes over the wall. That's 3 straight points for the Eagles. That time the kill from Arauhu. And again, not able to get the reception, make it 4 in a row for Central Methodist. Back to a 1-point set, and a timeout called from William Penn early here in set number 2. After William Penn had really come out to a huge lead early in the set, and they led it 5-1 out the gates. And then Central Methodist able to slowly find their flow again, 9-4. They went on a 3-4 run where they were outscored, but Still, it was a lot better than the 5-1 deficit that they saw early on. But since 9-4, 4 straight points for Central Methodist has this at a 1-point difference. And a smart decision to take the time out there from William Penn. Lauren Eldridge, head coach of the Statesmen. This is her 4th season at the helm, a 55-47 record overall through her previous seasons. Also had coached at Culver Stockton. But her alma mater, William Penn, so wanted to return here. Eldridge has a couple of grad assistants helping her out. Chandler Hall, Alyssa Young, the 2 grad assistants on the William Penn side. Now ready to go, and we'll see if they were able to encourage their team. Not going to need to, as the serve from Lauren Farish goes long. Back to a 2-point lead for the Statesmen, 10-8 in set number 2. 1-0 the lead. 1-0 for Central Methodist. And at the net, the spike attempt does not get over. Summer Hake not able to hit that where she had hoped to. And Hake usually a very good hitter at the net. One of the better hitting percentages. And a kill there on the backside. It's now back to a 2-point set. Joanna Milio with the kill on that one. Assist to Ramsey Spinks as well. 11-9 the score, and William Penn trying to set it up, play at the net. Eventually tapped over, and the block finds the open space. Central Methodist down just 1 point. Haley Dreyer with the block. And a good serve, but able to be kept alive by William Penn. High hit on the reception, play at the net, and that's going to drop. Miscommunication from William Penn, and this one is tied. 11-11. And now the serve comes from Amaris Williams. The senior sends it over the net. William Penn, a little bit of a mishit on the set and not able to get the attack inbounds. Goes out wide, and Central Methodist has the 12-11 lead. An 8-3 run, trying to make it 9-3, and a block at the net falls once more. The block that time from Joanna Emilio and Haley Dreyer. Officials discussing the last call right now as they clear it up. 13-11 the score, and now ready to roll. Another serve coming from Amaris Williams. Trying to make it 6 straight points. The hit goes over the top, blocked at the net, stays alive for Central Methodist, coming back. Good hit there. Now blocked, but doesn't keep it over. Stays on the Central Methodist side, and after 5 straight points, William Penn finally able to salvage one. But the damage has been done. Central Methodist had been on a 9-2 run over the previous 11 points. But still just a 1-point set. 13-12, and the Serve hasn't been too aggressive, but Central Methodist is at the net. The kill from Haley Dreyer. Dreyer really doing a good job this afternoon. Long serve once again for Central Methodist. Diving to the ground. Emilio able to keep it alive. Blocked at the net. Ball took a quick bounce off of it. And a block this time once again, Milieu. Joanna Milieu has been incredible today so far, and great to see her play at the net. A 3-point set, 15-12. What a run that we're seeing from Central Methodist. When they get hot, they can get hot. And a attack error from William Penn, 16-12. Here comes another serve from Bostic Jones. And William Penn finally able to get another one their way. They led by 5 earlier in the set. But then Central Methodist storms back, takes a 4-point lead in the set. William Penn trying to work things back in their favor. 16-13, and the Eagles trying to use home court advantage. Bolenbach sends it outside. Milieu with a long hit. Not where she really wanted that ball. Bolenbach diving to the ground. Great spot. Milieu back centralized, but Gonzato didn't have a great spot. Just had to get that one over the net. And now the block, and it's tooled off. A kill for Gonzato. She gets another one on the night. That's her 5th kill of the game. 5 kills on 11 attacks. Also pairs with 3 digs. Martina Gonzato, maybe the biggest player of the match so far for Central Methodist. Couple of good hits here, and that's another point for CMU. Right now, William Penn reeling from the Central Methodist attack. Haley Dreyer a clean kill on the last one. A 5-point lead for Central Methodist, their largest lead in either set today. Trying to make it another, but they had 4 hits. Misplay at the net. William Penn able to work it back once again. Prior to that point, it was a 14-4 run from the Eagles. Now a 14-5 run. Serve from the Statesman and hitting to the backside, and another kill. This time it's Lauren Farish. Farish, she's also been a big piece to this team. She's been aggressive. That her 14th attack of the match, but 4 kills for her. Play at the net. This one goes back, and another block that goes the Central Methodist way. A 6-point lead, and with that, the second time out of set number 2 for the Statesmen. William Penn not able to get things going their way. And man, Central Methodist absolutely red hot right now. And if you're William Penn, I mean, what can you do against this Central Methodist team? There has not been much that's been working. a couple of very clean kills. The passing has certainly been great from the Central Methodist side. You've seen them get the ball up high at the net where you want it, where your team can hit it. And earlier in the match, William Penn was able to stay in it because they had so many blocks in a row. They didn't allow the ball to really get over the net. Central Methodist has adjusted. They've started going a little bit further back on the court, and with that, making it even tougher for William Penn. In set number 2, Central Methodist has 14 kills to William Penn's 5. In set number 1, it was a 12-10 difference. A lot closer in that one. And although the two teams have committed similar amounts of errors, it's been the aggressive attack from Central Methodist that's been doing the damage, and blocked at the net, but it goes out of bounds. And with that, William Penn able to work it back in their favor. 5-point lead for the Eagles. Serve now for Maddie Gustafson. Gustafson serves, and a huge kill attempt, and that goes out of bounds. Summer Hake with the kill. Everyone's getting in on the action for the Eagles. 21-15, and putting this one further and further out of reach for the Statesmen. And the Statesmen, you look at their schedule this year, they've got 5 losses of their 18 matches played. 3 of those losses have come against teams that were receiving votes in the most recent top 25, and communication error from William Penn. Another point for Central Methodist, 22-15. And so for William Penn, you really aren't sure, how good of a team they are. They have been able to beat one of the teams that they've faced that were receiving votes. Of course, that was Columbia, who I mentioned earlier. So that one lands once again, 22-16. William Penn able to get the point. And the Statesmen were really hoping to keep their conference win streak going. Worth noting, they are not out of this one yet. They came back from down 2-0 last time out. And a hit here, able to stay alive, and the hit over the top. Now Central Methodist a chance, blocked at the net, and there's what you've been looking for William Penn. Staying strong and standing tall at the middle. Able to get it to land, back to a 5-point set, 22-17. The serve on the way, and it's received by Bolenbach at the net, and it finds no man's land. 23-17, Summer Hake once again on the kill. Hake now with 7 kills on the match. She's taken over the team lead. Good reception from William Penn, though, on the serve. Going to the backside, there's a collision, diving, and not able to get there. Ramsey Spinks had tried to clean it up after there was a collision between Bolenbach and Joanna Milieu, but not able to get there. 23-18, CMU just needs 2 more to claim the second set of the afternoon. And a big hit here. Goes close to the net, good spot, not able to get a good hit on it, however. And this time, Central Methodist does. Luciano Araujo. The Eagles need just 1 more to finish it off. and claim a 2-0 lead on the match. 24-18. The serve on the way. Able to get over, playing at the net. Not quite able to get it. Trying to keep things going, and it lands in play. Worth noting, the serve on that one came from Maggie Johnson, a sophomore who doesn't get too much playing time. They take her back out of the match, onto the bench. She'll be glad to have gotten some action. Now the serve from William Penn. Can't afford an error. 24-19. Hit close, and the block stays alive for a bit, but not for long. It goes out of play, and that does it for set number 2. 25-19, the win of set number 2 for the Eagles. And with that, we will once again step aside as we will return. Central Methodist looks for the 3-0 sweep. We'll see if they can get it here with Central Methodist Volleyball live from Fayette after this.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
And back in with Central Methodist Volleyball here in Fayette. It's Puckett Fieldhouse, and the Eagles have a 2-0 lead in their match against the William Penn Statesmen. I'm Austin Thomas. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Just across 1 o'clock here in mid-Missouri, and Central Methodist has been red hot against the Statesmen. William Penn led set number 2 9-4, but Central Methodist went on a 21-10 run to finish it off. And now just need one more set win to finish off the match, but first point does go to William Penn. So a 1-0 lead, and I mentioned it earlier. William Penn trailed 2-0 against Missouri Valley their last time out. That was just a couple of days ago, and actually that was just yesterday for William Penn, and so that fresh on their minds. They'll be hoping to get some momentum going their way here. 2-0 they now lead. A hit from far away, and Central Methodist trying to get their first point of set number 3. William Penn has been off to a strong start. Blocked at the net and drops to the ground once again. Central Methodist not quite able to get the point. 3-0, the William Penn lead. William Penn sends it over the top. Hollenbach on the reception, and now goes out of play, tipped off of William Penn. First point of the set for the Eagles. Able to stop that run. William Penn had gone off to a strong run to start off set number 2. They led 5-1 out the gates in the second set. Central Methodist was able to really come back after that point. 3-1 the score here in set number 3. A strong hit, but a good save from Mia Brady. And another strong hit, and once again, diving to save the ball. We'll see if Central Methodist can get it here. Not as strong of a hit, but more placed on location, and Central Methodist is able to get the point. Just out of reach of William Penn. It's a 1-point set once again. 3-2. The Statesmen have the lead, and the Eagles able to keep the ball alive. Looking for a good hit, and both going to the ground. Now a little bit out of position. The hit goes over the net from the defensive specialist. Play at the net, keeps the ball alive, have one more hit. They get it over. Central Methodist once again, this time it falls. The hit from Haley Dreyer ties it 3-3. 3 straight points to start it off by William Penn, then 3 straight points from the Eagles to dot it up. The serves coming from Bostic Jones, who hails from Jacksonville, Florida. Sends it to the back. William Penn, an opportunity, blocked at the net. And going to the ground, a collision on the William Penn side, and it was Mia Brady who went to the ground, as so did the ball. So now the towel comes out to make sure that the court remains dry. A replay of the point coming up. 3-3 the score in set number 3. Lots of threes coming up here. And they will say actually that point is given to the Eagles. So 4-3. Central Methodist has scored 4 in a row. Can they make it 5? Hit up the middle by William Penn. A dive, but not able to keep it from hitting the ground. Sydney Bolenbach was there, but just not able to keep it up. And Bolenbach has been used a ton throughout the night. The freshman from Clever, Missouri. Really been a key piece in what's currently a 2-0 lead for Central Methodist. 4-4 the score, make it 5-4 Central Methodist after the kill on the outside. Haley Dreyer once again. Dreyer has 3 kills in this set alone. She has been red hot, and she has reclaimed the team lead in kills with her 8th of the afternoon. Long hit here on the serve, and going to the back, it misses. Not quite. 5-5 now the score. Missed the hand of Central Methodist as it barely clipped that back line. William Penn able to stay in this, and rather impressive for them. Central Methodist had gone on a couple of runs the last two sets, and William Penn was not able to respond once Central Methodist did. And that, a beautiful block once again. Lauren Farish helps Central Methodist get the point. 6-5. Sydney Bolenbach now serving. Bolenbach. Not too many aces this season. Just two of them, and going to the ground there, not able to get one. William Penn able to tie it back up 6-6. Couple of substitutions on the Statesman side. Brings in Courtney McWilliams to serve. McWilliams dribbles the ball a couple of times here and trying to show off, but not a great hit from Bolenbach. Got in on her hands as she went to the ground. And an ace for McWilliams. Haven't seen too many aces this match. Couple of them. Mia Brady has two, Kaya Caprini one, and Courtney McWilliams. That her first of the match. Central Methodist able to send it over, but opportunity for the Statesmen going long, able to keep it alive, and now sending it over the top. A way to keep the ball alive. Central Methodist, an opportunity for the point. Oh, and a great dig there from McWilliams. Back the other way, block, staying alive to the ground, and that's a point for Central Methodist. Tied back up 7-7. Mentioned the service aces on the side of William Penn. Now that the serve comes back in favor of the Eagles, they'll turn to a new server. They only have two aces this match. Both of them have come from Lauren Farish. Now serving Ramsey Spinks. Spinks sends the ball up over the top. Now close to the net on the outside. Luciana Araujo, and sending it over the top, just misses out the backside, and the error on the attack makes it 8-7. William Penn back in front. William Penn really needing this one. Hit on the serve. Gets off the chest of Bolenbach and not able to get the placement of the set that they were hoping for. Araujo just couldn't quite get that one over the top. 9-7 and a 2-point lead for William Penn. Serve once again to Bolenbach. And at the net, not able to get it over the set, not where she was hoping it would be. Once again, a difficult pass from Central Methodist and a timeout called. The Eagles don't want to drop too far down on this. Obviously, they have the momentum from the first two sets, but they know what William Penn's been able to do. They know William Penn is undefeated in conference play so far, perfect 3-0. And William Penn, having come back from down 2-0 last match that they played, Central Methodist does have to worry about them. And right now, not on the same page when it comes to passing. And that's been one of the things that's helped them the most this match, especially in set number 2, as they had crisp passes, perfect sets that were able to result in plenty of kills for them. That's why they were able to win that second set 25-19. and why the end of set number 1 was 6 straight points for Central Methodist. We haven't quite seen the same ability here in set number 3. Obviously, that last point right there showcasing having it drop to the floor on the third hit. Not really something you're looking for. And now Central Methodist out of the timeout. They're ready to roll. Another serve coming up for Amaris Williams, the Milwaukee native. Sends it over. Central Methodist playing up with it. Now barely getting over the top, and Summer Hake just wasn't ready. Hake had got the hit, and it immediately came back over the net. She was expecting a couple of hits from the William Penn side, but first hit just barely snuck over, and not quick enough reactions. It's 11-7, a 4-point William Penn lead. Back up close, and this time it'll be a kill for Adauju. Adauju, her kill there, gets Central Methodist back on the board. Been a little bit. Quite the run that William Penn had had. They needed that, to say the least. It was 4 straight points for William Penn. They had been on a 6-1 run. And another hit here, make it a 7-2 run. As that one finds open court. Kiani Jackson with the kill. Four-point lead for William Penn. Serve coming from Kaya Caprini now. Caprini barely gets it over the net on the right side. Trying to get it over to the back edge and diving. It's tipped off of Amaris Williams' hands, and a point for the Eagles. 12-9. Luciana Adauju gets the kill on there. Back-to-back kills for her. Set number 3 here in Fayette. Long hit going to the ground. Caprini able to keep it alive. Back edge of the court. Central Methodist trying to set it up. Caprini hits it high in the air, and the kill comes. Alex Robinson with the hard hit. Back to a 4-point lead for William Penn. And William Penn now having real momentum. However, they led by 5 earlier in set number 2. And it was a set that Central Methodist ended up winning by 6. 13-9 the score in set 3 at the net. Blocked, barely getting it over. A spin off the top of the net. And able to find the court. Thought it was going to hit out of bounds. Haley Peshik pulled away, but it did not. It found the line, stayed in, and got the point for Central Methodist. Now 13-10. Joanna Emilio and Haley Dreyer both on the block. Williams now coming up. It's at the net. William Penn just has to get it over. Central Methodist an opportunity. Long hit. Finds the court. 2-point set. Martina Gonzato on the assist from Sydney Bolenbach. Bostic Jones back to serve again. Sends it to the back, and miscommunication between Williams and Caprini. Hit off the tip of the fingers of Caprini, but too late on the reaction. It's a 1-point set. Central Methodist has scored 3 in a row and have it back to a 1-point difference, so a timeout called by William Penn, needing to take some time to talk things over. And you look back at that last match that William Penn played, which I've mentioned probably a few too many times, but it's worth noting. In that match, set number 3 was one that William Penn won 25-23. it was a close one. Went down to the wire before William Penn was able to get that, and that was after they trailed 2-0. So able to get that third set and the fourth set as well by just 2 points. They've been able to come up clutch when they need to. That fifth set, though, which I haven't really talked about, it was 15-9. William Penn really showed off there. Central Methodist hoping to avoid going past set number 3. They could go for the sweep here. They've got the momentum on their side, but coming out of a timeout, William Penn's wanting to grab the momentum right back. Bostic Jones once again will serve. Timeout over with and sends it to the back. Williams there. A little bit off balance on the hit. Central Methodist an opportunity to the backside, blocked at the net, able to be kept alive by Mulio. Back over the top, and Mulio for the kill attempt, just blocked by William Penn. Central Methodist going to the backside. Williams is there, sliding to the ground now, just getting it over the top. A little bit of a collision there from Central Methodist. They got to get up quick, or do they? They don't, because Mulio's there to slam it home. Ties it 13-13. Joanna Mulio showing off the ability there. 13-13, and a tight one. Central Methodist looking for 5 straight points, and they could get it here. Soft hit, and it falls. Haley Dreyer once again. The Eagles have the lead. 5 straight points put Central Methodist up 14-13. Each team 1 timeout left. Be interesting to see how William Penn wants to use theirs. And a hit goes to the ground. Smart decision not to. They were able to get the point back on the kill from Jocelyn Martinez, the starting middle hitter from Orange County, California, for William Penn. Set number 3 here in Fayette, and 14-14. Really, this third set has been very similar to set number 1. Back and forth, it feels like. William Penn staying in it. Hit to the back corner of the court. Central Methodist, clean hit from Mulio. Not able to get it. Now back end, Bostic Jones able to be there. Bolenbach sets it up. Not able to get the kill, though. Playing at the net, and William Penn trying to set it over the top, and Mulio's there. Slams it down with 2 hands. 15-14. And Joanna Mulio continuing to show off here. That's her 6th kill of the afternoon. 5 separate Eagles have at least 6 kills tonight. Haley Dreyer leads the team with 9, Summer Hake with 7. And then Adauju, Martina Gonzalo, and Mulio, they all have 6. And the service ace there makes it 16-14. Joanna Mulio trying to get another one. The serve this time is going to hit the lower part of the net. Got the serve for an ace the last time and tried to do it again, but a little too aggressive and missed the hit. Still a 1-point lead for the Eagles, 16-15. Now the serve coming over from Maddie Gustafson. Back on the outside and late reactions. The kill. Martina Gonzalo, another one. Gonzalo, her 7th kill of the afternoon. Her hitting percentage, .286. Haley Dreyer and Summer Hake both have hitting percentages north of 400. Dreyer's 438, Hake's 500. Those have been two key players for the Eagles, and they're going to get another point here. William Penn once again having that late set reel. They've been struggling to finish them off. Central Methodist doing a great job, although a service error from Sydney Bolenbach as it goes out the back line. Still a 2-point lead for Central Methodist. Central Methodist had scored those 5 straight points after trailing 13-9, and that really sparked the team. But still a close one, just a 2-point lead. And a hit at the net, it's a little bit low and blocked off. It's another point for William Penn. The hit from Summer Hake did not go her way. Attacking error for Hake. Another serve attempt for McWilliams. Back hit on the outside, and whistle blows as a violation against William Penn means it's a point for Central Methodist. Once again, it's a 2-point lead for the Eagles, 19-17. They need just a few more points to claim the sweep. The serve now, Ramsey Spinks. Freshman setter for the Eagles. Sends it to the back corner. Now close up at the net. Couple of hits coming around, and the hit this time blocked and slammed down by Bajorquez McFadden. Haven't called her name too often. A starter for the Statesmen. Been a little bit quiet tonight, but able to come up with the point there to make it back to a 1-point set. 19-18 in set number 3. A 2-0 lead for the Eagles. And William Penn showing off the blocking ability at the net. That's what really led them that first set to keep it close. And they're going to do the same thing here. Another hit for Alex Robinson. Ties it 19-19. Robinson's 6th kill of the match. Long hit here from Amaris Williams. Now on the outside, strong hit, but finds the fist of a William Penn defender. And this time it's going to be deflected off of William Penn. Lydia Houston was the receiver, not able to keep it in play. Now 20-19. A close one that the Eagles hope to stay in front of. Hit coming from far away, and Farish, a block coming at the net, but not able to keep it in play. That was Summer Hake on the play. Tied 20-20 between these two teams. Each team still has one timeout left. And so with that, you're likely to see them be used if either team starts to get momentum. Really back-to-back points is what you're looking for. Hit to the outside edge, able to be stayed alive. Couple of hits coming now to the back outside. Emilio there, gonna try again. This time, an immediate hit back over by William Penn, trying to go the opposite side of the court. Not able to do so. Odd hit. Emilio goes to her knees. Now back out to the outside, and Adauju gets it. Stays in play. A couple of attack attempts, and finally one lands. 21-20. Central Methodist, a huge point for them here. If you're able to get this one, you're feeling pretty confident about finishing off set number 3, but you drop it and it's right back down to a tie game. Quick play at the net, and they do drop that point. William Penn A great play once again. A couple of substitutions for the teams as well, as they'll be ready to go. Central Methodist has really been in the lead for this entire match. Obviously, they still have the 2 sets over the Statesmen. They'd love to finish it off here and get the sweep. Mia Brady with the serve. Sends it to Bolenbach. Araujo with the hit. And a violation called, as they're going to say that Haley Dreyer crossed the plane. So a violation against Central Methodist. And a point to William Penn, 22-21. William Penn has the lead late. This is the most points they've had in a set today. Going to the ground, Farish now to the outside. Araujo gets it this time. Tied at 22. Set number 1, it was 25-21. Central Methodist finished it off with 6 straight points. Going to try and get a streak going in this one as well. Bostic Jones on the serve. Gets it to Williams. Now back, just a touch over the net. Another attack opportunity, and this one lands. It's deflected away and out of bounds. The kill for Martina Gonzato, another one to her total. And Gonzato up to 9 kills on the afternoon. We'll see if either her or Dreyer can break double digits. Both of them at 9, and a timeout called by William Penn. A 1-point set, 23-22. William Penn trying to stay alive in the match. For Central Methodist, they're trying to finish off the afternoon with 2 more points. And a quick break for William Penn. They break the huddle with just about 30 seconds to go on the timeout clock. Central Methodist utilizing the entire clock. As you can see, Coach Lee in the huddle making sure that his team is ready to roll. And they are, so they break and set up in their positions. Bostic Jones once again back to serve. Bostic Jones trying to start the Eagles off right on this point. Over the top, and a reception error, communication difficulties once again for William Penn. Abigail Mitchell and Kaya Caprini couldn't decide who should hit it, and it goes out the back. An ace for Bostic Jones. It's 1 point away from a sweep and the first conference win of the season for Central Methodist. They just need to get this last one at the net. The hit to the back, and it's game over. 25-22 in set number 3. And Central Methodist sweeps the Statesmen. Now 1-1 in conference play, and a big win for the Eagles. William Penn's first conference loss of the year, and it comes against the Eagles. What a win for Central Methodist. And coming up next, Central Methodist, they will hit the road for their next 2 games. They head to St. Louis on Wednesday for a game at Missouri Baptist. They will then head to Graceland in Iowa on Friday for a game trying to go back-to-back games, and then they will finally return home back next Tuesday. 2 Tuesdays from now, I should say. 10 days, they'll return against Culver Stockton here in Fayette. But that's the next time they're at home. On the other side, William Penn, they are going to be once again hitting the road for Mount Mercy. They play Mount Mercy on Tuesday, and they will have their next home game against William Woods back on Friday. But that's just going to about do it for our broadcast tonight. A big-time win for Central Methodist. Set 1, 25-21, set 2, 25-19, and set 3, 25-22. Central Methodist wins all three. Thanks for tuning in tonight. My name's Austin Thomas, and for myself and the rest of the Central Methodist Eagles, thank you, and have a great rest of your day.